Now we're live with
Dope.
Max Grantham, Chad Scaling, Rev
Yo, what's
Scale.
up? What's good? How you doing, Hunter?
Good. Just finished the week out. Crazy week in New York. So much inbound.
Nice.
Everything's blowing up for me right now. Have a
Love it.
lot going on.
All
Scaling,
from
trying to scale.
all from viral co-posted videos on IG and referrals.
Yeah, kind of like a couple different approaches, but mostly just from word of mouth connections, reaching out. Dude, LinkedIn is just an insane world.
Posting your
Like,
videos on LinkedIn.
no, just like messaging people on LinkedIn. That
Personal
work.
messages or
Yeah,
software
personal.
like
Like
old,
I bought the $70 a month LinkedIn package, so I
like the
can
Sales
inbound people.
Navigator, like
Yeah, Sales
gold.
Navigator. That thing's cracked, dude.
Yeah.
You just go to a company, you search like marketing or anything creative, and
hmm
then just cater 2 sentences. Hey, came across your company, looking through companies I want to work with. Tell them exactly what you want to do. Boom, someone will
Has
respond.
anyone hit
You
you
get like
up from your
few
activity
responses.
besides your direct messages you've been sending though? Because I've seen you post like
Yeah,
quite a few videos.
it's starting to definitely pick up. Just like my
I
view count and connections. My connections are growing a ton. I hate the
I
platform, bro. I literally hate LinkedIn.
Yeah,
It's
I
the
know.
worst content I've ever seen.
It's like a bunch of NPCs, like robot talk. But like I
It's
see
just
people
like,
like you, Danco, One Text guys. The boys at One Text are all posting like some authentic content, and there's like, it's not like weird like bot like bullshit metaphors and like life lessons that are like PG rated, and it looks like they're like high engagement and good response, and it's like more real, more Twitter almost. But I've used a bunch of different softwares for automated lead gen, like just cold, and they've done pretty terribly as far as like a hit rate, like percent of responses. But the people who I have hopped on calls with from LinkedIn have all been whales. Like
dude,
the
everyone that comes
quality
from
is
LinkedIn
very
is
high,
legit. Yeah,
very
like
high quality.
I've gotten 2 startups off LinkedIn, both with over 5 million funding, inbound, talking, going back and forth. Met with both this week. Every person I talk to that reaches out, I connected with them on LinkedIn. So like now they're in my network, even if I don't close them as a client, still connect with them.
And
So
they
you're just
see your
building this
content.
huge Rolodex and they see your content later. Yeah, yeah. So like every person, I'm trying to connect with every person that makes sense. But honestly,
Yeah,
it's awful platform. It's like
I
awful
think
to
for
browse on.
both,
It's awful to browse on, but good to use for connections and
I've
research.
never scrolled for more than like 10 seconds or 30
No, I
seconds.
can't. I literally can't.
Um, yeah, I mean, I run an email marketing agency for e-commerce brands. You do animations and video content for SaaS, like basically like anyone that could
a
actually
wide
use
range right
reach.
now. Yeah.
Influencers, coaches, you have a bunch of different niches, but we've
I mean,
both been
who's your
blessed.
biggest client right now, you think?
Probably Lift Foils.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, probably one of my biggest clients.
It, that came from referral or word of mouth?
That came from Oren, Oren Meets World,
Yeah.
shout out on Twitter. He does product development
Yeah.
for him and he does marketing, but actually he doesn't anymore. It's now Colin, who I'm mostly talking with, Colin Landforce.
Yeah.
Um, but
Owen's a
but
dog. He's absolutely
it's in,
crushing it. He's on
yeah,
another level right now.
yeah, he's the man. And maybe Gel Blasters is actually my biggest client because their retail is like 9 figures, I think, or very close to 9 figures, but their D2C channel is like super small, and then I'm handling email on that channel. So I guess that technically be my biggest client, but as far as like that channel, it's like small for them. But I think we've both been blessed with the ability to cultivate an audience on Twitter or Instagram and then monetize it with our own service offerings. But I'm now switching gears to setting up like the Matt Larson's program, 1000X. It's similar to Client Ascension. It's similar to Wiz of Ecom's like Twitter offer. It kind of combines a bunch of different use cases, or not use cases, but like uses for each platform. So there's a approach for LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and then as well as cold automated software approaches with cold email and LinkedIn
This
as
is
well.
you're building this for to scale, rev scale more, or to use this for existing clients?
So I think the idea is to scale with only really high quality clients at this point. Then we've talked about this a lot as agency scales. Our retainers, like they go higher and higher. We're looking for bigger and more higher quality clients. My business has gone to the point where now that I'm hiring more talent, our reporting, our analytics, our optimization arm is becoming more competitive for compared to other agencies and pricing. So the goal would be not to rely on any one person as far as referrals or inbounds, and just like it's nice to have, and I still want to tap the network because it's been more than enough. But I want to switch gears to now relying on an outbound system that can like consistently, create a bunch of really high quality calls, and then I just kind of pick and choose who I want.
Yeah, yeah. You're just trying to create the moat.
Yeah, it's nice to have the referrals, but I just for the health of the agency because I'm at like 26 clients right now. I think and 6 of them are one person who owns 6 brands.
Also, for anyone listening this far that doesn't know who Max is, he has an email marketing agency that helps brands with doing all their emails. Right.
Emails,
everything.
And SMS, mostly email though.
Yeah. Consumer packaged goods, product, any software, or all?
Not really.
It's all D2C, right? Your D2C email marketing agency.
Yeah. I mean, we have a
performance marketing agency.
We have a bunch of retail like brands too. Gel Blasters, Lift Foils is pretty heavy retail. Method Lashes. Little West is on like all the Whole Foods in America, but they're like a juice brand. But yeah, so and I have like a team. I have like 12 employees, all full time.
You've grown this in a year, right? You're 1 year in.
24 months we hit. Under 24 months we hit $1 million ARR, and I think a year of it was just focusing on client fulfillment and like
deliver good work.
Systems, organization, half, and half of it was then.
I have a question for you because we just saw Kayyo IPO, and now we have the Sendlane pop up.
Yeah.
Do you think that there is going to be a massive exodus from Kayyo to Sendlane, or is Kayyo going to be able to survive and come out on top with a winning, successful product? Or, I'm curious your thoughts.
It's interesting to see because Jimmy, the CEO, has been building for 10 years. And if you look into the
CEO of Sendlane.
The CEO of Sendlane, if you look at the technical infrastructure underlying Sendlane, it's impressive. I have like a Slack Connect Direct with him and some of his team members. I actually just referred a client over from Kayyo to Sendlane to make a switch for the first time. And there's by the way, there's a bunch of other competitors to Kayyo, and they're not just Sendlane. There's like Axia.
I know. Okay, I guess it's true, but Sendlane is the one been hearing the most about.
Yeah.
For having the best integration, right?
They were lacking on app integrations before, and they've made a lot of headway on that. So they can, like for this specific client, they have all the integrations, so all their apps can be seamlessly integrated with Klayvyo's API. But another thing to note, I don't think people talk about is that Klayvyo uses like a hosted domain of pools for their their email domains to send. So they're using like multiple pools of like IPs to send out emails from. And Sendlane has like a direct connection with some of these email hosts like Google, Yahoo, and Microsoft. And I think they have actually a healthier underlying infrastructure to send emails out of, and a smaller one. So no one talks about that. And they do a bunch of little clever things that I don't want to get into because most people wouldn't understand what I'm talking about on this call. But what's interesting is some of the biggest guys in D2C have taken notice of Sendlane, and they've kind of given him this cosign. Even if they haven't switched, they recognize what he's building. They think it's on par with Klayvyo.
Because Klayvyo kind of monopolized it for a minute, and they had every single person because of the way they designed it. OG Shopify the last couple years.
Yeah, and Shopify invested in Klayvyo too, right?
Yeah, 100 million.
Yeah, so they're not in cahoots, but they kind of are.
They want them to succeed.
They want them to succeed. Shopify is also a public company too, so they made out like a Band-Aid with Klayvyo IPO, and you have to think about that too.
Interesting if they sold that or if they keep it and double down. Probably sell some of it.
They just came out with something really interesting called a customer data platform, CDP. And it's more expensive. It's like an extra $500 or something every tier. I forget what it is, but they have better data insights, basically better reporting, better analytics. So I don't know if I wouldn't say Klayvyo is slacking in any way, but Jimmy is cutthroat, focused on product, and he is in the trenches with agency providers like me, finding out issues and clients. You can see him like literally working through technical bugs live on Twitter if someone calls him out on something. I have never seen the Klaviyo CEOs like ever say anything on Twitter.
Yeah.
You know, so it's something interesting to see Sendlane at the, you know, the not like the, you know, on the tails of Klaviyo by any means or IPOing, but it's impressive to see them building and gaining momentum and take notice in D2C.
Do you find going from Klaviyo to Sendlane very similar, building out the user experience for your emails?
In some ways, it's a bit smoother, honestly. Like I said, I don't want to get into like the technical underlines of it.
Yeah.
But it's really similar. It's not like incredibly different. You know, they do a couple things I would say that are more efficient and like easier to do, but they're similar platforms.
So this is my thing that I've been watching as well. How do you see the SMS separating from email? Like, are we going to see the next couple of years SMS is a better contact source than email? Do you see the results already?
So the way I think about it is SMS is really annoying. But if you have 100,000 phone numbers, you're an idiot to not be, you know.
Bro, SMS is like short form video and email is long form video.
That's a good comparison.
I check my emails every day and I still click onto them, but I feel like SMS is not caught up yet to email design.
I've taken on clients who have, you know, like, you know, 10 or 20,000 subscribers on.
Damn, did I lose you?
On SMS.
I think it froze up for a second.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I took on a client that had 20,000 SMS, and they were sending 2 texts a week to their entire contact list, and they were churning the same amount of clients they were subscribers they were acquiring with their pop-up form. So they were flat the entire time, because every time you send an SMS, people unsubscribe. It could be 0.1%. It could be 0.1%.
And if you lose SMS, do you lose it for email also, or is it segmented?
No, they just press stop. So they just stop saying SMS, and it's unsubscribe SMS, but they still have their email. They have to opt out separately on email. So yeah, I think there's a much higher opt-out rate for SMS, but the friction is far less because you don't have to open your email. Your iMessages, you're always in your iMessages.
Yeah, because you can instantly just respond, stop.
And you can also segment. You can do like someone who abandoned checkout like 5 times in the last like 2 months or something, you know, and send them like a custom like discount, and there could be a segment like that, and then there's less friction on top of that. There's people like OneText who are also doing different things with text. So they're doing like text to purchase. So someone sends a text and they say, "Do you want to re-up?"
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
Yes.
So it's like if you instantly want something, you can just click response and buy it.
Yeah, Sendlane actually was like, "Hey, why do you like OneText? Like, what do you see that's different? Because we have unified SMS and email." And like we could,
yeah, I met with a guy at Skio today, SKIO. I was telling you about him. And their subscription integration for D2C consumer packaged goods mostly. They take 1% of every repurchase through their subscription upsell, and 30 cents. They're basically a credit card provider on top of the Shopify fees for all these companies. And
yeah,
I'm like, damn, that is a sick business model.
Well, let's
build a
talk
plugin
about that.
and take a percent.
Let's talk about that business model, and let's talk about something called like incremental revenue, right? So how can you properly attribute, you know, like actual revenue generated from using a service that has like tiered or commission structured pricing, right? So like on email, attribution is almost like impossible to see if someone open clicked and actually bought. So why am I going to take 5% commission from someone? Am I going to trust Triple Whale? Am I going to trust Klaviyo? What about iOS 15? What about the privacy? Apple privacy opens being maxed?
And you're saying in terms of your pricing structure for tracking attribution, is it from you or is? Oh wait,
I'm talking about me with commission, but then I'm talking about like SaaS too. Like why is a SMS or a ad agency or anyone taking commission? If you can't like completely with 120% accuracy.
Well, they built the product. Like you can't get the subscription without their product.
Okay, but someone else could just build that same thing.
But they must have some unique mechanism in it that makes people want to use theirs more.
Yeah.
Or I guess you would quit and go to one that is free or flat rate.
And I think there's people like Pietra who are doing that. Like,
There's definitely a lot of companies that are moving away from any commission-based model and going all just flat, higher ticket pricing, or
yeah.
even just across the board, high volume, lower
So
price.
retention.com, who is really big, and they basically use some type of web scraper, and they get a bunch of emails without opting in, and then they set up separate custom Klaviyo flows, and then their retention web app takes these emails that they scraped and puts them through a flow, and then they have like a tiered pricing. So like it's X amount of money for 5,000, 20,000 emails. I was just hit up by a different provider. They're a platform called Pietra, Pietra, and they're like, hey, we have the same thing, and we're only going to charge cost because we want to like outcompete with this other guy, and we think it's kind of predatory. So you are incentivized, if you are taking commission, if more emails are now being sent out to use this, and we'll charge 0.002 whatever an email. So I don't know. I just think like, at the end of the day, if a D2C brand is looking at their P&L and they see like a subscription app, if they see any type of Shopify app taking 1%, and they're taking hundreds of thousands of dollars, and that app isn't like 150% necessary for the generation of that revenue, I think it's predatory.
It's cut. Yeah. I mean, especially as companies pull back, the first thing they're going to look at downgrading is what are all the things that we can clip instantly that are adding up every month.
Right, like a brand paid X amount of money to acquire that customer. They did like so much work with creative, content building the brand, product sourcing, like delivery, fulfillment, blah, blah, blah. And then why is this app taking 1% of that? Because they have this proprietary technology that's better than anyone else, and they deserve that at scale. When someone's doing $100 million, like that doesn't make
This
sense.
app's doing well though because it's scaling and people are coming to them. Like it's
People
actually
are doing it, but I think there is a limit to that for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's just the argument. Is like, do they really? Should they be able to get away with charging percent? Because fuck, they're doing it. They're making really good money, but is it really worth it?
I think it has something to do with the tech they've designed. Haven't researched it fully.
I mean, it's not just whoever you're bringing up. It's
a lot of people. But
yeah.
I mean, at the same time, Shopify monopolizing gets to take 3%. Every credit card takes 1%. So
yeah,
Stripe is absolutely like the most predatory, but like you can't operate without it.
Yeah, I saw someone say every month I pay my employee Stripe $10,000 a month.
Yeah, I'm paying my employees Stripe every single day.
We're not stoked about it. If anyone told us they could do
but actually, yesterday when I sent my invoice, I got a direct wire, and that wire hitting with only $8 taken out versus a lot more. I'll give Stripe the $8.
And Stripe allowed that. Like you use the ACH wiring through Stripe, and that was fine. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, a lot of the B2B clients, they don't pay with credit card.
Right.
It's all the people that want the Amex points. Like you're in a world where everyone wants Amex points. So they all want to pay you on their business Amex with max fees for you. But all the businesses that are paying direct wire, not using credit, using Net30 or whatever, they're all paying through ACH.
Let's switch gears and talk more about your world versus the e-com world. What's good with animations, video content, the algo?
Dude, I'm
writing now working right now. Where do you see it's going? Where do you see it going?
What's working?
Yeah,
is all over.
It's all over the place for different types of niches you work in.
Yeah, like what I'm seeing a lot more, and this is like a very interesting type of video, is comment response videos on TikTok and on Instagram. So you can now respond to someone's comment and put a video behind it. So people are getting comments about a product, and then they're responding to the comment with a video versus making something new. It's like UGC. It's the most, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Have you seen those? On TikTok, they're blowing up. The thing that's blowing my mind that I'm watching right now really closely are these TikTok affiliate shops. So anyone can become an affiliate, sell a product, link it through TikTok and Shopify. Some of these products are selling 10,000 units of creatine gummies for $60 direct in TikTok.
A link to that guy, and I think TikTok.
Dude, some of these products are printing.
I read somewhere that
every creator can be an affiliate now for a product on TikTok. Dude, I went to the Instagram headquarters this week, and I was with the head of Instagram, and I asked him
how'd you get that set up? How did that go down? First of all,
through a friend. It was an event, and I asked him specifically after. I was like, "Is Instagram going to integrate affiliate or any type of shopping within the Reels format?" And he's like, "That's not really something we're focused on right now. They're not focused on like being exactly the same as TikTok. They're just trying, I think, to focus on how can they maintain the platform a longevity play. Like, what do they have to integrate to become still relevant and not lose to TikTok?" And the thing with TikTok is it seems like it's going to turn into like this live shopping app and turn away completely from what it started out as.
Which is what China's been doing the last 5 years.
Yeah, like China's biggest market in socials is live shopping, and TikTok is not it to America. I don't know if like the American market is going to adopt and become these live shoppers. Maybe they are, and maybe China knows a lot more than the rest of the world, and they're going to completely take over the social landscape, and we're going to go from being an ad platform to live shopping platform, and people are just all day consuming, trying to buy things.
Totally can see it.
I just don't know. The big thing that I creative-wise is I'm like really diving into going specifically after B2B and for website, for LinkedIn, for paid ads. I actually just did a paid ad this week, testing with a media buyer, working partnership with him to do paid ads for his Rolodex of clients and then take them live and test them, because that's instant feedback. If we're good at making them, how fast can we get results, and then how many more can we cook up? So that I'm testing right now.
Epic.
The thing with paid ads is so different. You'd like to think that it's similar, but since it's trying to get someone to take an action, the copy's different, and I think the visual hook, there's a lot of factors with paid ads, especially video paid ads, that are a lot different than thinking like organic format. Because organic, you're just trying to grab attention the second you see it. Where I feel like almost as a paid ad, you're trying to grab attention and hold it till you get to the call to action. Like, get them through the paid ad, the longer you can get them to watch it for your conversion.
Yeah.
Or get them to click right away. Versus on organic, people are already deciding if they're scrolling to the next thing after like a second or two. Paid, your goal is to get them to leave. You have to get them to actually click off of something and go to the purchase action. Versus organic, when they leave, they just keep swiping, or they watch it over again and share it. The one thing too that was interesting, that this made me thought about it, is the Instagram event. Head of Instagram said that Gen Z is spending more time in their DMs than the comments, because everyone now uses DMs to share videos, and it's becoming a video platform that you just mass send out videos, and sharing videos is like the number one thing that people are doing in the DMs.
There's like 3 of my friends, and every day they send me 4 to 8 videos every day to like 5
Same.
people.
Anytime I see a reel that's funny, I send it to my friends.
Yeah,
And,
I
like,
get them.
I send them to you. But
Yeah.
like, that's the thing, is like for surfing, like you send me surf stuff all the time. I send you surf stuff. Like we send each other stuff from Port Escondido.
Yeah.
It's basically becoming, and it's segmented out, that the DMs are made for just sharing. People are only using it for sharing videos.
Interesting.
For the most part. And another thing that was interesting that he mentioned is how they segment out. If people like enjoying photos, the algorithm's going to show you more photos on your feed. If you like carousels, more carousels. And if you like videos, you're going to see more videos. But he's saying there is an entire user base now that only comes to Instagram just to watch videos. It doesn't do anything else. They never go to the feed. They're not consuming anything else other than open reels, start swiping, start sharing, exit.
They go to
basically,
reels, or
they have
explore
become
reels and then just swipe the reels.
Yeah, they just go through reels,
Like,
swipe through reels,
basically
share.
TikTok.
Yeah, basically, there's a consumer using Instagram like TikTok, and that's it. That's their version of TikTok, which I wouldn't say I'm like that, but I don't really like TikTok at all. Like, I don't really use it. I don't really enjoy it. But I'll go on Instagram, and I'm type to go through reels and find videos, send them, save them, get inspiration or whatever. But I've never purchased a single item through reels. So I was thinking, like, I've never been like convinced from an ad to buy something from reels.
My friend who has a women's cosmetic brands, he gave me a quick rundown of how he structures his ads. It was like a few months ago. And one tricks he does is strictly using the Instagram reels for ads. So you're only running an audience towards Reels because it's really good and optimized for performance. So maybe
And
it's
then
girls.
you create a video that looks organic like a reel, and that ends up becoming the ad.
Yeah. So he structures
That's
it
like the
so
Gel Blaster stuff.
that
Some of their stuff is
they
like
do a lot
perfectly
to do.
optimized.
He creates a fake girl account, and it's like an organic girl posting, right? So there's that. So what was the point of this event? Like, what was like
Oh, well, we had to sign an NDA. It was like the future of Instagram.
NDA for what? You can't
creators.
share what you just told me?
No, like there was a specific section that was
Oh, really?
like what the whole thing was about. Yeah, there was like
Oh, gnarly.
our presentation that like you couldn't have your phones out and you weren't allowed to like leak what they showed you. That was
Okay,
like, it was
gnarly.
like this
Don't share or talk about that one.
creator
That one.
innovation summit. But
Oh, okay, I
that's
see.
what makes me bullish on Instagram, just based on. Actually, I'll be honest. Like I left it, and I was like, I think I want to buy Meta stock. Just I want to start building a position in Meta stock for the long haul, because I actually think that like I don't want to bet against Zuckerberg, and the one thing I don't want to bet against Zuckerberg is that he could potentially one day figure out how to get TikTok banned and have so much power again and keep innovating with Instagram and Facebook and everything else that he wants to do. That like if TikTok gets banned, he's going to gain a huge user base back. And all it takes is like for him to figure out how to lobby it to get TikTok
Yeah.
gone.
Threads
And I
fall,
truly believe like in
but
our lifetime we could see like them ban TikTok, and then Zuck gets a lot more power back to Instagram,
TikTok
Facebook, all the
gets banned.
platforms.
He beats Elon Musk in an MMA match and gets clouded, and then
Yeah,
Meta
and the
stock
other
falls.
thing is I think Elon has no ad platform. Like I don't know what's gonna happen to Twitter.
They're working on it.
Yeah, they're working on it, but
Some people spend
like
profitably.
I was thinking,
They're-
like, bro, Zuckerberg
Yeah.
is like the guy who figured out how to just get everyone just to give him cash so they can advertise on his platform, and all day he's just sitting there just Chad scaling your cash, like he's just stealing. He just oh you
Cheryl
fell asleep.
Sandberg.
He's like oh you fell asleep. We just burned your entire ad budget. You fell asleep, 8 hours. You woke up. Your Amex $100,000 burned straight into Meta.
Sheryl Sandberg, who was the COO of Meta, was tasked with like how to create a monetizable ad platform
Dude,
at
it's
Facebook, and she crushed it. Like she,
if you think of how like the core, like the core of an ad platform is, they just get to decide the CPMs they want and charge your credit card, right?
yeah,
And
it's a brilliant model.
it's a brilliant model. You're like everyone puts their credit card in. You want to advertise your product? Okay, our bank accounts go up every single day, like no matter what. As long as credit cards are connected to Facebook and Instagram, every single day we are taking your cash into our bank account. And it's the pipeline for endless innovation. As long as he has ad spend, he can stay innovating, he can stay testing, he can stay burning cash, the entire company. But they can keep testing things on Instagram, Facebook, the glasses, whatever, the future of the metaverse, to where as long as there's users on Instagram and Facebook, there will always be ad spend, and Zuck will always have cash flow to keep testing. Versus like Twitter could fail and have nothing and blow up because it has no ad like it could literally completely fail or become a cash pit for Elon. TikTok could get banned. TikTok has a lot of cash flow right now, clearly, based on the way that they're spending. And
Dude, I literally was reading all week how
the TikTok shop thing's crazy. Like they're basically
They're-
paying for people to have discounts.
they're paying up to $20 off customer orders. They're connecting and incentivizing affiliates. We're talking about the creatine, and you're paying $0 up front for millions of impressions, thousands of sales. I literally have multiple clients who are banned on ad platforms, who are using the TikTok algo, hacking it, going viral, and making hundreds of thousands of dollars every month. Like,
Yeah.
that's insane. It's hard to do.
See,
Right?
the thing about TikTok, and this is where actually I like TikTok for organic and why it's beating Instagram. Good luck going on Instagram with 100 followers and getting something to pop off and make you sales in a week, versus go on TikTok and post 30 videos of your product. And if one blows up, you're going to be able to put a link in bio at 1,000 followers, and you're going to be selling your product.
How have
like
your
TikTok-
animations done on Instagram versus TikTok?
Dude,
Off
the videos
your-
we did,
Of
the videos
your,
we did for Dan,
like,
the Weiss marketing, I literally haven't put any effort into on TikTok.
Okay, because it's
I
blown
just
up on
don't care,
Instagram.
bro. I don't care about TikTok because I have so many leads, and I don't care about the audience that TikTok gives you. TikTok's the most poor audience. Not say all of it, but like of the platforms, it's the worst audience.
I think there's no harm in posting though if you've had some
There's no
success
harm
on
in posting,
Instagram.
but the audience there just bitches and complains versus like Instagram and LinkedIn and Twitter, the best audiences.
And you were saying that Dan Co had tremendous growth on TikTok.
We had, yeah, I
Posting.
mean, it took Dan Co from like 4,000 followers to like 250,000 or something on TikTok, and
What
videos
was the
did huge
difference on
numbers.
Instagram and TikTok? Because they both had a tremendous growth.
If the video went viral on TikTok, it went way more viral on Instagram. If the video flopped on TikTok, it still did good on Instagram. Did good. Instagram was more consistent. Instagram had 80 million views across the same videos that did 20 million on TikTok
I remember
or
Oren
something.
tweeting about how much Instagram favors consistency, and so he's like, no matter what, like fuck it, die trying. I'm posting a video every day.
So I've been watching Oren, and Oren's posting, I'd say he has a style, but variety. And I was looking at one the other day. Let me pull it up. But there's a clear distinction of when his stuff goes viral. I can kind of like tell instantly that it's going to be shared a lot. And that's like what this is coming down to now.
So when he does cutlery or anything,
This
kitchen
one,
or
this one.
pants, it goes viral.
412,000 views. Product versus brand, Athleisure. This is perfect video to go after like any woman that, like any
Wants
people,
to start.
women or men that want to build a brand.
Right.
But then also, he hooks you in, going back and forth between men and women brands. And this is like I think the niche that's becoming more competitive, but anyone can spin up now. Because of
Right.
how you can go on Alibaba or you can go on these sites, you can find a supplier and you can make your own athleisure brand, and it's become kind of that athleisure is almost like everyday wear.
Dude, I'm
People
not gonna
just-
lie to you. My girlfriend literally saw a Instagram about this girl who found like knockoff Lululemon like joggers for like $40, and she bought me like 4 pairs. And
Bro, you know how we were
real
talking
cool.
about Viore? Like I was like, yeah, Viore's the next Lulu. I'm actually like taking that completely back. I'm bearish on Viore because I bought their $90 shorts and I tore through them in 6 months, and they're awful quality.
Dude, I
Compared,
left my
I've ne-
shorts out and they got like bleached or some shit.
They,
Like the
yeah,
color.
the qualities. It seems like Alibaba drop shipped, and it's like they have this premium brand, but there is no way Viore is coming for Lululemon. And then I think about it, like whoever gets to these weird markets and niches first and owns it, but has the name behind it and can scale. Who's taking down Lulu? Lulu came for Nike in certain niches, in certain markets. Like women wear
Lululemon's
more. I think
has had
women
growth
more.
every single year
Women
since
more.
starting to-
Women wear more Lulu than they do Nike.
More men wear Vori. It's like a men's brand, honestly. But
Yeah.
every time I walk around, it's like these dweeby like dads who are all wearing Vori. That's what I
Viore's just like
say.
Southern California Lululemon that's like
Yeah.
trying to pick off in other markets, but I don't think it really hits. Yeah, but that's interesting how these brands that start where they start, they grow, and then they try to go to other regions, don't necessarily can take off there. But like
Vori-
Viore crushes in Southern California.
Vori's setting. They're gonna IPO next year.
Who?
Vori. They're setting.
Viore?
Yeah, Vori.
For next year? I
Yep.
mean, they raised 500 million, I believe, in their round from Sequoia. I forget who was their big investment. I was tracking it for a while. A lot of money.
My
Okay,
cousins.
so bro,
like,
this is the video I was
friends
talking about.
head of sales.
Oren has 4.3 million on this, and he literally has it product versus brand, and it's about pans. Who's
I was
making
just bringing
videos
that up.
talking
I was just
about
saying,
luxury pans, bro?
Anything
Like,
cutlery Oren talks about goes fucking insane because it's like super passionate, fanatical.
okay, so I'm looking at it's like 180,000 likes, 70,000 shares.
that shows the
and-
shares too, right?
Yeah, it shows the shares, and the big thing is that market. Because I've been following Hexclad. Hexclad is this company, for anyone listening, that created a luxury, what do you call it? Luxury aluminum pan line. I think like $700 pan set. $700 for one pan or a set of pans. Can't remember.
It's like
But-
the one of their pans is $300. Like they're like
Yeah, okay, I'm looking at it right now. Their set is $829 for 13 pans. A single stainless steel frying pan is $200. They basically have come in and realized that there are people who just want to have high quality luxury items in their kitchen, whether they use them or not, and that they're willing to spend $900 versus the regular $50 on ugly shitty pans, and they branded them to look super nice. Now a bunch of companies have done it, and it's just direct to consumer status. in your kitchen. It's the Rolex of cooking.
They do look really nice.
Who was it? Guy Fieri or who they partner with? That's like their
Gordon
face
Ramsay.
fit. Gordon Ramsay. That's who blew it up. He just started cooking in every single pan.
They had they sent some pans to Hailey Bieber, and it was like, it wasn't featured, but it was like in the background of like a video. It was like either architectural digest.
I actually have 15 minutes to go pick up my laundry. I don't do laundry. I go to wash and fold before I don't get it until tomorrow.
Go.
And
we can cut it.
We can cut it. We just riff for 35 minutes on random
this
shit.
Is easy. This is what we do on our FaceTime anyway. So yeah, we'll do this once a week.
Here's one last question. What's your biggest pain point right now? And how are you going to fix it?
Biggest pain point is the ability to take on more than a certain amount of clients a month. So I want to double the amount of clients I can take on. So I have to hire more people and build better systems to do that.
Have you completely stepped yourself away from writing copy at this point, and it's now you're just the owner operator? Or are you still heavily in the trenches on writing?
I don't write any more copy besides Van Man. It's the only one I write copy for still, because
Based.
Rogue. No one can do it like me, to be honest. And I edit. I sometimes spin up emails occasionally, but I'm mostly high-level direction on everything now.
Same.
What about you? What's your biggest impediment to scale?
Well, the thing about videos is like high quality animations take a long time. So depending on a lot of people, when they come to me for certain things, they just don't understand that there's anywhere from like could be 8 to 20 hours of video or 100 hours. Like, it really just depends on what we're making. So keeping high quality standard, and then making sure that people understand that they're not getting something in 24 hours. They're not asking for something in 24 hours. But for me right now, I'm trying to figure out who my next hire is that hopefully will be in New York City, almost like a creative strategist that can help me with fintech, finance, and banks, because I really want to pivot the company where the money is and build an entire department that could run itself. And to do that, I need someone who understands finance strategy. And also, I can just like see it by being in New York. All it takes is like one right-hand man, smart person in the finance world that wants to help scale this department, and there's an endless flow of fintech clients that we can work with. Even just based on someone I met this week, just raised 10 million. They have so many things that are positive. They have only a few competitors. I can see exactly where this company wants to go, but I need another brain who is smarter than me in this world to take it to the next level. But a client like this,
what do you mean?
Yeah, creative strategy.
Like scripting, like ideation, storyboarding to give to animators.
Like me telling an employee what this client does, or just here's the website, go find out what they do. Come back to me with ideas for these 10 bullet points I give them.
Like viral hooks, like animation ideas.
Well, it's more than that. It's like building go-to-market strategy. It's high level. It's like video animation is part of it, but it's like, how are they going to gain 15,000 startups using their platform?
I see.
It's like, that go-to-market marketing strategy to then take this startup that has a good idea and good product from A to Z. Like, people are coming to me like, blow up my product. Now it's like, okay, is this the next stage of like building this? Is building a team to build go-to-market strategy for products in fintech.
Wow.
It's like the same thing. It's like when Robinhood went viral, someone made Robinhood go viral. So it's like, if you can be the brain that can make products go viral, can you also come in and get a very small percentage of the pie as an advisor, growth partner, to take one of these products and make it go viral? And could it be the next Robinhood? Could it be the next Exit or whatever? And it's fun because now you're like, how do you gain users? Because every user you gain that sticks around, the LTV goes up, and now they're happy. But now you're also scaling a company through the marketing strategy. Because all these companies have good ideas, but they don't know how to sell them.
Right.
And that's the thing. You get the best idea ever, but if you can't sell it, your idea is never going to work. It's dead. No one will buy your idea. It's done.
Yeah.
You're burning cash.
If you think about sales, there's for SaaS too, there's like a B2B strategy, but also it's like awareness. Like Kayyo does a really good job at that. at awareness, but they're B2C, right?
Yeah, I hope that I'd like to see Kayyo succeed. I'd love to figure out how they're going to differentiate and make people want to open it every single day.
Yeah.
And the thing about Kayyo is it might find product market fit not in America, and that it becomes the global fighting app, and that it's not made for American users. Don't like it, but foreign users love it, especially after they drop the Android version, because that's where a lot of people outside the US don't have iPhones, and to be anywhere you want and be able to set up your phone and learn fighting, train fighting with Wi-Fi. There's a lot of people that don't have access to a gym that would love to have guided fight practice. And that's the part where I'm bullish, is the international market, potentially more so than the American market. The American market wants to go to a gym and fight other people or with a partner, whatever. But I think the foreign market, if you can tap into that, is some random kid in a small town village that is in Vietnam that wants to
or Russia
box.
or something.
Or Russia.
Yeah,
anywhere, South America, Mexico, Canada, like anywhere off the grid, can you connect the world because they have Wi-Fi to this fight training app?
I trust in Labib and Imran.
Yeah.
Figure it out. They're smart.
Yeah, they're a good team. They have runway. Yeah, I kept hearing that dog snorting.
Sorry, somebody's snoring the whole time, bro.
Yeah, he was snoring on your lap. I could hear him a little bit.
All right, that was good.
Peace, bro.
Peace.